I'm good, and we're going live.
I'm going live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Animal Jobs, the podcast about animals and their jobs. For this is a Fred the Alien Productions podcast.
That
Wasn't it?
wasn't
Damn
it.
No!
All right, take
I've
two.
been
Take two.
foiled again.
Take two. Take two.
Wait, what was the other one I had? Wait. I can't. I wrote it down. Where is it?
I've
Oh,
written.
well.
Derailing the show. It's fine.
I've written.
No, it's fine. I have too many notes. Cue the music!
Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha.
I don't know what we're yelling about! We came, we saw, we kicked its ass!
Finished. I don't know, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine? Kind of a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not do it some style?
Who is this? What's your operating number?
Conversation anyway.
Look, we're gonna have company! Loud noises!
Hello.
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 I'm a Kendall Richardson.
I'm a Fulya Kantarmaja.
And I'm the Irish stunt double that is a Michael Lister. Patio furniture.
Oh my god. And you are now experiencing a podcast called Fred.
Yes, experiencing it through the millions of the internet that we have, and it should be free, but it's not.
But it's not. No, never will be. For context for everyone, hello, hi, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi. I Fulia had an idea for ladies and gentlemen. And I like to do ladies and gentlemen that are themed to what we're going to talk about or something that's happened in the world, or something, just generally something relevant is what I like to do. And so since we've been talking about only moiders in the building, I've been doing only murders quotes, and she didn't say which one, but I was like, I'm going to see if I can pick it. And I didn't pick it.
No.
The intro to a podcast, unfortunately, was not the intro to this podcast.
No, it was not.
Can I ask?
Yes, of course.
Which one was it?
It was literally at the beginning of the episode with Oliver and his iPad.
Oh, hang on. Do I have that in my notes? iPad. Yeah. Like, he's got his fake Instagram account. I didn't write anything down.
No,
No.
he was telling his iPad, Susie, brightness down.
I did write. Yeah, that was one of the other ones. I actually, yes, that's right. I had where
That just made me crack up so hard when I heard that. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what you say to your iPad.
It was very funny. Yeah, there it is. Brightness down, Susie. Brightness down. So funny. Yeah, there was that, and then the other one I possibly had was just in the third episode where Charles just says, "I'm Aristotle Brazos." I was gonna say that. Like, no, that's not it. There's gonna be something better. Anyway, welcome to the show, everyone.
Yeah.
Let's stop providing context for our jokes and get into the show.
And get into the context.
And get into the context.
Content.
And the content.
I'm content
context.
with that.
We're content. I will not hold you in contempt with this content by giving context. It's time to go to Fulya.
Hi.
For her weekly watchings. Hello. What have you been watching this week?
Haven't watched too much this week, but when I say I haven't watched too much, I did binge through the second and only other season to Little Witch Academy, the anime on Netflix, and I'm so glad that I managed to finish it off. It's a really good anime series, and there's a lot of heartfelt and positive messaging in this show. Especially with regards to believing in yourself when it comes to doing things that you love and having dreams and following those dreams and those passions that you have in life. So I really like that messaging that came throughout the actual series itself. So it's definitely worth the watch if you like, a little bit of supernatural, witchy magic kind of stuff. If you're into that sort of thing, you can definitely get a kick out of this. The main character, she is a bit of a klutz, but you find out why later on. You find out why by the time the series ends, and it's fine. So yeah, it was good fun. So I did enjoy watching Little Witch Academy. So definitely go check that out on Netflix. But the other thing that I watched, and is the only other thing that I watched, is I got to watch a musical at home and on Apple TV Plus by the name of Come From Away. And yeah, because I've never seen it. I've heard about it, but I've never actually seen it. Didn't realize the context of the actual story, but it is based on a true story. And when, came out of it really enlightened by what happened in this particular musical. And also just the songs themselves were really great in this musical. So I would highly recommend checking out Come From Away if you can. It is also, it's a filmed version. It's not a film of the musical. It is the musical performed on stage, but professionally filmed. And
Yeah, like Hamilton.
Yeah, like Hamilton.
Yeah,
essentially. And I really love that when it comes to the musicals. I think I prefer it over the, adapting the actual stage production into a film. Kind of what they did with Dear Evan Hansen. Not that I've seen the stage production of that, but I would love to. And I have a feeling it's coming. Yeah, it's coming down again.
It's coming. Yeah, I have plans to go see it, but yeah. Apparently, it's a very good show.
And we'll go.
Yeah. I will add you to the group.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, of course you can come, Michael. Of course.
I don't want to go.
Then
I just want to be invited so I can say no.
You're always invited.
I want to be involved.
I want to be part of things too, Dad.
But Come From Away, really enlightening. Had some light humor in it as well, but it was mostly very dramatic, essentially, just because of what the story is based on, and serious event, and it kind of gives you a bit more of a context as to what happened during that time. Because I remember what I was doing when that happened, so, and I'm pretty sure everybody else does. But this was.
Did you mention it? What it is?
So it's essentially the events of what happened during September 11.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. It's about a Is it about a plane of people that got rerouted to a random town?
To a Canadian town, yeah.
A Canadian town, yes. That's the premise.
The premise. And it's about those particular people and the people from that town that have all sort of banded together to help them get through this ordeal, and the whole mental health aspect of it all, and just wait, and especially the airplane crew that were on that particular flight that had to, and then with the captain having to reroute the plane and all that sort of stuff, and the fact that this one small town that doesn't normally get that many visitors ends up with 10 times the amount of people arriving into this place for a duration of less than a week. And it was insane because they also had to supply all this, they had to supply these people with extra food and blankets and a place to stay, shelter, give them an opportunity to have a shower, because they couldn't take their luggage off the plane. All they could take was whatever was with them in the cabin, essentially. So yeah, it was sort of surreal to experience what they went through this stage production, essentially. So it was definitely a learning curve for me, just sort of getting to go through that. I know there's a community theatre company. I think Clock Musical Theatre Company is going to be putting on their version of Come From Away. So they're going to be putting that show on like in, I think, in October, I think. So I'm planning on going to check it out live. I would like to actually go watch it live on stage. Obviously, it would be different actors, but I feel like it's still going to be the same thing. So it'd be nice to sort of experience it sort of as a live show compared to actually just watching it on a TV. So that'd be really cool. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've watched this week.
Nice. Thank you for sharing. Excellent. Now I have another reason to get my Apple TV subscription back. God damn it. Thank you. Mike, what have you been watching?
Well, on piggybacking off Fulya with the Apple Plus, I'm still watching Shrinking. Yeah, I'm only halfway through. I haven't quite finished it. And yeah, it's good, but I don't know where it's going. There's no real. I don't know where the end point would be. And it's sort of a little bit triggering for me because I have a weird relationship when it comes to like therapists and therapeutic things. One of the main problems that I have is I've had bad ones. So if I was to go back to therapy, it's just weird for me. There's a lot of backstory behind that, and a lot of it's sort of triggering for me. The reason why I probably don't go is because therapists also have baggage, and I don't want their baggage to affect me in a way. And it's and the account that he's a dad and he's coming to terms with his daughter like growing up, and she's done a thing that she has every right to do, but yeah, just coming to terms with that as a dad, and he doesn't really do it healthily. So there's a lot of that. There's like phenomenal acting in it, and trying to bridge that gap between comedy and tragedy and all that. It's just it's sort of a weird story for me, and I hope it'll all like get wrapped up like in a way at the end. I hope so.
It does.
There's that. Yeah. And yeah, Harrison Ford's just great. Yeah, so been doing that. Also with I'll mention this, speaking of like witchy stuff, and I'll put Agatha like at the back end so me and Kendall can talk about it. But I also been watching a cartoon on Disney Plus that I'm sort of watching with my kids as well, because it's part of those sort of Disney Disney 2010 sort of cartoons that like we've just finished Gravity Falls and the kids love that, so I'm going into Our House and seeing what's happening there, and it's about this young girl that goes into a magical world and is becoming a witch. So it's that sort of thing, and all I know about it, it's very it's coming of age as well. It's very queer orientative as well, which is a plus. So like introducing like my kids into those sort of concepts is also good, because you don't have to go through like mum and dad and say, "What's a gay man?" It's like, well, you know, your best friend has two dads, so there's going to be that conversation later on down the track, which I don't mind saying and discussing with it. Yeah, so that's been going good, and it is quite hilarious and funny, and I do recommend it. I reckon Kendall would probably get a kick out of it. Kendall, yeah.
Yeah. What was it called again? Sorry, I
The
missed the name.
Owl House.
Oh, the Owl House. Okay, I think I've seen that trending on Tumblr as well.
Yeah, it's very Tumblr friendly.
Yeah, cool.
And
Sounds it.
And Disney cancelled it because you can't be gay. Can't do the gay.
Wow, I mean, they're doing gay in the other witchy show, sort of, but not really.
Yeah, well, you can sort of see it there. Yeah, in that one. Yeah, speaking of Agatha, Audrey Plaza is great in that, and
yeah.
I was trying to think. I've always liked her in Scott Pilgrim. Like that's the first time I've seen her in, and another thing on my list of things to watch is Parks and Rec because she's in that, and so I decided to not watch that this week. Not watch Parks and Rec. Sorry. Kendall.
Okay. This is becoming joining the list of Firefly for things that's
keep it fresh, keep it new, keep it something that I'm not going to watch.
Update the joke. I see.
Yeah.
I see.
I just want to at least get a couple more people who are actually cancelled in that show to say, I can't really watch it because it's a bit icky.
I think there's only one from memory.
Yeah.
But one can be enough. That's fair.
Yeah, that's why I need more, so I can have the excuse to say, I can't really watch it because.
Oh, but it's so good.
Because Ben Schwartz is, a sexual deviant. I don't
know. No, don't you dare put that in the universe. No.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. I just know it through memes.
Yes, it's a big meme.
Yeah, and speaking of big memes. I watched Agatha All Along, the first 2 episodes. I'm not the demographic for this. I'm sorry?
It's a big meme?
It's a bit of a meme. Agatha All Along. It was huge.
Okay.
5 years ago.
3 years ago.
Yeah, it feels like. Well, they say in the show 5 years.
No, they say 3 years.
3 years? Okay.
Yep.
All right. So it's 2026.
No, I think they were. Oh, actually, no, 3 years from the. I can't remember the timeline of the.
Yes.
The goddamn.
Who knows?
As soon as they reboot the entire thing, we can clean slate.
Get rid of it all.
Speaking of which, as I've been watching this, it's like I really enjoy the aesthetic. It's very different. It's very new. It's very, and I'm captivated in a way. Like I didn't really watch Charmed, but I can sort of see like loose parallels. But it's more. It definitely has a bit more aesthetic, pleasing to it, and is doing its own thing. Cool having a musical as well, like element into it as well, and my first introduction to Patti LuPone as well.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah, I haven't really seen her in anything, or I've probably haven't connected the dots yet. But I'm getting a lot of like stuff that she's been doing on my socials, and she is a very feisty lady, and I like it. Like throwing shade over Madonna.
Oh, really?
She can't act for shit. Yeah.
She has the potential, but she's yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Evita, so I'm not going to judge Madonna's acting until I see Evita.
I've seen.
That's like the one performance everyone goes on about with her.
Oh, okay. I've only seen her in Dick Tracy.
Oh, I haven't even seen that. I've seen A League of Their Own is one of my favorite movies, and she's in that.
I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen League of Their Own. Anyway. Yeah. Agatha All Along is great. It's got some potential, and I can sort of see the end goal. Like I can see what the story is going to be, and like shrinking. But I can see what the end goal is going to be, and how the journey will become. And yeah, I really enjoy it. As well as I watched, of course, the new episode of Lord of the Rings: Rings of Power. Oh boy, things are going down.
Yep. The bad things are here.
Yeah,
The
well-
next two episodes are gonna be great, but awful.
We're gonna have battles.
Yep.
We're gonna have fallen empires, and
Yep.
Balrog. A couple of years too early. Actually, no.
I'm still saying Balrog is the end of the show, season 5.
Season 5.
That's my guess.
Uh,
Balrog in season 5. I know they teased it a little in this episode as well, but I don't know. I don't know. I still say season 5. That's my bet anyway.
Okay, so you're gonna go battle.
We'll see. Battle.
Think go battle, and then next season, Balrog. Sorry, season 5. You said so. Season 4 would.
Or
be-
maybe season 4. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, probably season 4 is the washing away of Atlantis.
Well, yeah, that because I changed my answer to season 4 because I just remembered I'd said to someone that it would be kind of fun and like doubly tragic if they did the fall of Numenor and the fall of Khazad-dûm in the same season. Like, oh no,
Everything gets fucked.
everything is fucked. By the evil things of the world. Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yes. What about you, Kendall?
What about me? Well, I guess I'll start with Agatha first. Yeah, Agatha, very, very good. I'm very pleased with it so far. Yeah, I liked the WandaVision vibes at the start of it with, the fact that it has been 3 years since the events of WandaVision and Agatha is still locked in Wanda's spell. So, which turns out was another TV show spell. So she was in her own mind, in her own kind of hex, going on. And I like seeing all the returning faces of Westview. Because I just rewatched WandaVision. I'm really glad I did because, I recognized everyone. I'm like, oh, everybody back. They got the band back together. This is nice.
Except for Wanda.
Except for Wanda, who's, I guess, dead. Dead. Actually dead.
I
But,
don't think so.
I don't think so either. It's the MCU. They can fucking RDJ's coming back. They can things happen.
I think
Yeah.
I think her soul's still alive.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. But yeah, I like kind of what's happening like now that she's free and she has her autonomy back and there are people coming after her for what she did to her coven and Aubrey Plaza's there being gothic and hot as fuck and goddamn. So that's fun. They had a really fun little fight scene I liked quite a bit. And then the song was cool and going down the Witch's Road and they're beginning to go down the Witch's Road. I like that they just roped in Deborah Jo Rupp's character just because Agatha needed someone to fill the space
Needed a
in
body.
the coven. She needed a body, and she's just there because they needed someone who could hone the earth element, I guess. And she's out the front gardening. He's like, "You'll do."
Yeah.
So that's kind of funny. And I'm really curious as to who Joe Locke's character is, the teen. There's a theory online that he's one of the twins.
Yeah, there's 2.
Yeah.
There's one, either he's Bobby.
Billy and Tommy.
Billy and Tommy, yeah. So one's Billy, and his soul sort of manifests into what Wanda is. So she's sort of still living attached. She's doing the Quirrell thing, and he's on the back of the head.
Yeah, in the back of the head.
But also, there's a theory that he is actually Agatha's son, and who's Nicholas Scratch.
Senior Scratchy.
Senior Scratchy. So
He's an actual person.
Yeah. So in the first episode where it's in her mind, Yeah, but she goes into a room and it looks like a kid's room.
Yeah.
There was an award that says Nicholas Scratch, and who is part
Oh,
of.
I missed that.
Yeah, so it could be that the bunny is her son and manifest into Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a couple of theories on that, and also when he tries to explain himself and who he is, there's still Wanda's like thing there because he can't speak his name or his.
Well, yeah, that's
backstory.
what I really liked, and makes me think that whoever he is, he's connected to someone magical, because
Mm.
every time he tries to say his name, he can't speak, and every time he tries to talk about his where he's from and all that, she can't hear him. But I really love the fact that he doesn't know that, and she hasn't said anything to him. She's like, I'm gonna keep this information to myself and work it out myself. I think I really like that.
Yeah, keep
It's
it
kind
close.
of not.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's not your typical show approach of like, oh, something is up here. The main character. I'm going to tell this person that they're not right. But here she's playing it clever and being like, no, actually,
I'll play your game.
yeah, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. So yeah, no, I'm liking Agatha so far, and it's just really cool to see Catherine Hahn back in the role. She's just awesome. So I'm looking
Doing a
forward
lot
to
of
where it's
daring
going.
stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
showing her ass. That's
I know.
that's very daring.
I really love this. Like, she's a, for all intents and purposes, middle-aged woman. And she looks amazing anyway, but like the fact that like they're just showing, I'm just gonna do a nude scene. I mean, her hair's covering her boobs, but yeah, you see her ass when she turns around. I'm like, hey, this is on Disney.
Yeah.
This is Marvel. We're seeing butts now. And it's it's her butt. And
Yeah.
kudos to her for putting her butt on Front Street, literally.
On the street. Yeah.
On the street, yes.
Yeah. It sort of reminds me of the big hullabaloo of censorship on Disney Plus, where they put Splash on. The movie Splash, where they sort of pixelated
Stupid.
her ass when she was jumping into the beach. Into the beach ocean.
Beach Ocean.
Yeah.
That's Ken's job, right?
Beach Ocean.
Beach Ocean.
Billy Ocean.
Get out of my dreams. Okay.
Get into
Right.
my car. It's not
Get
sinister
into-
at all.
No, not at all. I love reworking fun pop songs into something sinister. Anyway,
Every breath you take, every move you make, I'll be watching you.
yeah. I mean, Charles and Oliver called it in the first season. I mean, what are we talking about? Anyway, saving that talk for later. The next thing I'm going to talk about before I talk about my beloved is I watched the first episode of The Penguin.
Yes, that's on my back burner.
Okay.
I was
That's
going to
all
watch it like during the weekend, but family stuff.
Family stuff. Yes, there was some real live blood instead of some fake TV blood. Yeah, Penguin, really good. I really like it. Strong opener to this show. I really like it. But it picks up immediately where the Batman movie starring Pattinson finishes. We get a Riddler mention. We get like the flooding. Like the flooding's a whole thing, and then and the death of Carmine Falcone. And who's going to take the seat at the head of the table? And then there was an unexpected twist, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then another kind of unexpected thing happened that just kept going, and I was like, oh, this is what we're setting up for this show. Okay, this is cool. Yeah, Colin Farrell is just fantastic, like continuing his excellent portrayal of Oswald Cobblepot, who they've now shortened his name to Cobb. They're just calling him Oz Cobb or Oswald Cobb for some reason. I don't care either way. It's fine. It's fiction. But yeah, he's great. looks awesome. Gotham looks great. Yeah, it's very much a crime thriller drama show. With a DC skin, and I really love Kristen Milioti as Sophia Falcone. She's excellent. An excellent antagonist for this series. Yeah, she's terrifying. I love it. So yeah, I can't wait to talk to you. Hopefully next week, maybe Mike, about the Penguin.
I reckon, yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, you'll like it.
Unless Colin Farrell gets cancelled and then those horror comes.
And then it's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
I need to put that like on a bumper sticker or something. It's like, I like him until they get cancelled. It's happened more than once.
We've been burnt before.
Yeah. Speaking of which,
speaking of being burnt, yes, of course, I am now going to talk about the Rings of Power for an unforeseeable amount of time.
you got 5 minutes.
All right, great. Yes, yeah, fantastic episode. Definitely built on all the stuff from episode 5 in developing everything that's unfolding and all the conflicts and all the plots. Everything's starting to really come to a head now. Yeah, really cool to finally see, like, we're starting to finally see some of these big shots from all the trailers and stuff. Like, we got to see the trial that in the trailer we're like, okay, Muriel's under the water and they're clearly judging her for what she did in season 1, even though she didn't do anything wrong. But it turned out it was actually Elendil who was on trial, and then she subbed in for him. Also, I need the two of them to kiss. I'm sorry.
Tapped in.
But, when she was like pleading with him not to, to bend the knee to Farazan, and she's like, but what of my heart?
Kendall.
And I was like,
Kendall.
Anyway.
Kendall.
Yes, Michael.
Not everything needs to be shipped.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. Not everything needs to be shipped, but I want them to kiss. I don't care.
I want to kiss.
I want them to kiss. No, they don't have to kiss. It's fine. I'm not here for the romance. I'm here for the epic Tolkien storytelling. But yeah, the Numenor stuff's great. Stuff in Khazad Doom's coming to a head with King Durin throwing his son across the room because he's like, Dad, I need you to take that ring off. He's like, I'm not taking off the ring, and not at all. And then and fucking Sauron comes to visit, and I was just like, oh my god, that was nice. Sees the Balrog in the fire, and he's like, and then he has a little smirk to himself. He's like, oh, I know what's happening here. I can sense what's going on. That's fun.
I see what's happening.
I see what's happening here. So that's cool. Yeah, and Galadriel and Adar are having dinner. And he's like, I want to partner up with you because I know how we can kill Sauron forever. And then she's like, great, I'm gonna tell you everything. And then he's like, haha, sucked in. Now you're screwed. I kind of did think that was a little, I don't know, nearsighted of her to just be like, I'm going to tell you all the information. Like, he totally played her, and it was a bit. But then Sauron's playing everyone, so it's just like, well, because, she's like, actually, maybe you shouldn't go to war because clearly what he wants you to do. Anyway, there's going to be a war. Yeah, it's going to be epic. And then my boy is really going hard on the manipulation and getting shoved against walls and casting spells with blood magic and sexy moving of heads. Anyway, I was in my happy place this week. I was in my happy place. It was really nice.
Oh, I'm sure you were.
Ooh. Oh boy. My sexy evil Dark Lord's great. But that aside, like, it's just really cool to see how, Sauron is now manipulated and moved everything to like, oh, now I'm in charge of Region. Like Celebrimbor is clearly unwell. I'm going to step in and I'm going to take over administration for him and do everything. And oh, actually, guys, you can't go back inside the forge. He needs to work on his stuff and make the rings for me. You know. Oh no, for the men, not for me. They're for the men. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's so fucked up. What he's doing to him, and that like making him like when the siege starts.
Yeah.
And the sirens are going off, and people are running around and stuff, and Celebrimbor tries to get out, and Sauron stops him, and is just like, actually, everything's fine. And then he projects this entire image of a peaceful and happy Eregion. Where,
Springtime,
and flowers, and kids are running around, and lovers are writing poetry to each other, and it's just like, it's a happy place. And see, nothing's wrong. Here, take your uncle's hammer, the one that you're trying to live up to. Use it to make the 9 rings, and don't come out again until you've done it. And then Fulya, you'll really love this from a technical perspective. They did so basically when the siege starts, it's nighttime, and the image, the vision that Sauron projects for Celebrimbor to see is daytime. And so once that the image is done, like the vision is done, there's a really great shot of Sauron standing there, and like Celebrimbor's gone back inside, and then the world in a panning shot across, the world goes from day to night, and everyone running around. They did it practically. They didn't do it using visual effects. Like they used like actual lighting in camera to do it.
Wow.
On the set, and there's really cool behind the scenes video of them doing it. And
okay.
Because I watched it and I was like, that is a fucking cool shot. But I'm like, it's CG, it's fine, whatever. But it looks really cool. But no, it was all done in camera using lighting.
That's impressive. Yeah.
It was very impressive. I was very impressed.
Yeah, I'm guessing they did that because trying to get that lighting effect and actually look good on Sauron's face, because he's in mid shot. And trying to refocus that from day to night, where he's just standing there, is probably going to be a minefield to actually try and do in CGI. So they probably just did it practically just for that, just to get out of that headache. So
I think so. Yeah, the practical route was just the way to go. Yeah, so cool, but just so terrible and creepy, because like after that he walks away and he's like raising his arms up, because like, I am conducting this symphony of chaos and torment, basically. Like, it's just, I'm the master manipulator of this entire thing, and now it's unfolding, and he's just pulling all the strings. It's so fucking cool.
I know he's not going to do it, but I want a maniacal laugh.
I want him. Okay, the next 2 episodes, he's gonna be full Sauron. Like, we're gonna like actually see him out in the open as Sauron. Like, because they're in the teaser for next week's episode, there's a shot of him, like he has Celebrimbor on his knees, and he's like demanding him do stuff. I'm fairly confident Brimby knows he's Sauron at that point. So I'm guessing we're gonna get a reveal next week, if not in the finale. But yeah, we're gonna start to see him be more evil out in the open, and I really want, like, he does. One thing I do like about Charlie Vickers' performance is like he does a lot of really cool micro expressions in his face and his eyes. Like, it's not mustache twirly villainy at all. Like, it's not that at all. It's so fucking cool what he does. But I'm with you, Mike, on the, like, I don't want a maniacal laugh. I would love a laugh of some kind. That would be cool. But I would like just like a bigger evil smile would be nice. Like, instead of he does these really cool little smirks that I like.
Triumphant.
I want more. But yeah, we'll see. Shit's going down. We've got a big battle coming up next episode.
Do it with his shirt off.
Don't say that to me. It's not. I'm not going to survive shirtless Sauron.
No, he's going to strip naked, and then he's going to put the stuff on.
Especially with the knowledge that she's met the man.
I know. It's so much watching this show now that I've actually met him and talked to him.
Did you
Jesus
shake
Christ.
his hand?
I didn't shake his hand. No, I didn't touch him. No, but he looked into my eyes.
Then
Very
how is he
deeply.
real?
And how is he real? Yeah.
Might have been a projection.
Might have been a projection. Yeah, it was all in my mind. Like it's he's manipulating me. Yeah.
Mhm.
I would happily let him do that. It's fine. You can say my hair looks like Galadriel's.
Yeah.
I had one more thing to mention, and just because I wanted to ask you, Mike, just quickly before we move on. There was a scene with Tom Bombadil and the stranger in this episode, and Tom Bombadil did a direct Gandalf quote
Yeah.
to the stranger about the very famous line in I think it's in Fellowship or Two Towers. I can't. No, it'd be Fellowship. When Gandalf says to Frodo, there are those that die who deserve life, and those who live deserve death. Can you give it to them? And in this, like, Tom Bombadil says that, but he's like, who are you to give it to them or whatever? Because he's trying to get him to lean into his destiny and go pick his staff from the massive field of branches everywhere. But it felt, I don't know, some of the quotes that they're using and doing are starting to feel really on the nose for me, like just as a minor criticism. What do you think about that? Especially because, like, there are people who still think that this guy, the stranger, isn't Gandalf. They're quoting, he said Gandalf lines, they're quoting Gandalf lines at him now. He's Gandalf, it's happening. I think we're going to get the reveal at the end of the season. But I just kind of wish that they'd hold the use of dialogue in such an overt kind of way. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Definitely was on the nose, and
yeah,
they need to get the cat out of that bag. I mean,
they do. They really do.
It's like you can't really, for an audience that knows what's going on, it's almost annoying in a way.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
I was saying this at the end of the last season, or season 1. It's like, I don't think you're Gandalf, and I don't know. I'm just a stubborn human being. It's like, no, I don't care if he's a grand elf. That's stupid. He's not Gandalf. He's Saruman.
Yeah, as long as they don't make the Dark Wizard Saruman, I think that might actually annoy me if they do. If they do, whatever, so be it. But it completely goes against the canon if they do. But whatever.
I don't know. They can probably invent one. I mean, they've invented a lot of new characters in this, so why not another wizard?
Actually, you're the first person that has said that. I listen to like 4 different Rings of Power podcasts, and I watch all these different videos. I'm in. You guys know I'm in on this thing, but like I've never heard anyone say maybe they've actually invented another wizard. That's a very good point. I'm gonna put that to the Discord and see what they say.
Nah, you're stupid. Where'd you get that from? Some dickhead. Dickhead doesn't know Tolkien.
No.
That's not part of canon.
That's not part of canon. No.
Coming from
we're all we write fan fiction, okay? We are very much appreciators and naysayers of canon.
Well.
So
with those particular people who write fan fiction who don't systematically convince themselves that is the canon now. Because I hate those people.
Yeah, no, I never.
Looking at you, Star Wars theory.
Yeah. I'm never going to do that. I'm like, nope. There's canon, and then there's whatever you want to write, and that's that.
Mind you, I did laugh at Raylo.
I still can't believe they actually did that. Anyway, we're not getting into it. We're going to derail the whole show. But it's fine. We're on brand.
Saves her. Kiss. Dead.
And then he dies. That was, wild experience in cinema.
It's like, oh, Raylo is real. It's like, oh, Raylo is real. Then he dies. I thought,
yeah.
I laughed. I'm sorry. I'm a sick.
No. I heard. I heard people laugh in the cinema as well. Don't worry. It was a time.
Funny.
All right. Funny. That's the weekly watchings. I'm sure that
Yes.
was more than 5 minutes, so sorry not sorry, but we're going to move on to our next segment, which is of course the nerdy news.
This is the news, the nerdy news. The nerds that talk about the nerdy news. That is us who talk about the news that is nerdy. And now the queen of nerdydom, the hostess with mostest, Kendall Richardson. Take it away, Kendall.
All right. Nerdy news time. And this week was, of course, Netflix's Geeked Week, which ran for a few days. They had some announcements and showed some behind-the-scenes footage and gave updates on certain TV shows that aren't coming out for ages. looking at you, Stranger Things.
Strange.
But strange. But yeah, there's a couple of cool things that I pulled from that I thought were worth mentioning, and they're both relevant to all three of us, which is nice, especially the two of you. Starting with this first bit of news regarding the second season of the live-action One Piece. I'm so glad I watched that. It's great. But yes, we got some casting announced, and I don't know who these characters are. I know you guys know who these characters are, so I'm looking forward to learning about them from you. So we've got the very talented and very handsome Joe Manganiello as Mr. Zero / Crocodile. Means nothing to me. Oh, okay. And then we have an actress by the name of Lyra Abova, who's going to be playing Miss All Sunday / Nico Robin. Apparently, that's her name. Miss All Sunday. That's a fun name. And then we also got a first look at Chopper. Is his name Tony Chopper, or is it Tony Chopper?
No,
Is it Tony?
Tony.
It's Tony because I couldn't tell if it was a typo in the article I read.
No. Tony
Chopper. We got a shot of him in a hat that's red and fuzzy, and he's got antlers. I know nothing about Tony Chopper. This is my introduction to Tony Chopper.
Okay.
But I know he's part of the Straw Hat Gang, right? That's
Yes.
Crew.
okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's all I know. All right.
Kendall,
Yes, Fulya.
Google an image of Chopper from One Piece of the anime series.
Okay.
And then you'll understand why he looks like that.
All right. Anime. Let's go.
Well, his main form.
Oh my god, he looks like an Animal Crossing character. What?
He's a reindeer.
Holy shit.
Who ate the human gum fruit.
Yeah.
Devil fruit.
Oh.
And he's also a doctor.
Oh, cute.
He will be, spoiler alert, he will be the medical physician on the
ship.
On the ship,
On
yeah.
the ship. Yep.
Oh, I see a picture. He's got a little case and everything.
Yep. He's fucking cute.
He's so cute. Tony Chopper. Jesus Christ. Okay.
But
all right,
because
reining it in.
Because he's had a gum fruit, he has a specific transformative power.
Well, we'll leave it at that.
Does he become a real boy?
No, real as it can
Not
get.
really, no.
Okay, I think I just spoiled it for myself from Google Images.
No, that's all right. That's
It's
that's
fine.
his main form. Don't Google
okay.
any other.
I'm not gonna.
Leave it at that.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, it's fine. It's okay. All right, cool. Well, Tony Chopper has my heart. That's nice. I'm excited. I'm excited to meet him. I wonder who's gonna do the voice. I wonder. If
I am very curious to know who the voice is going to be, because his voice is supposed to be very, very high pitched and almost childlike kind of a voice.
So Tom Kenny.
Might need to be a female. That does this voice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get the original. Well, not the original, but get the English dub person.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
I would
could
love
just
that.
the
Yes.
same actor, yeah.
Because they did
Yes,
that with
please.
Tails in the Sonic movies.
Yes, they did, yeah.
Give me the
Yeah.
OG voice actor for Chopper, and I'll be happy.
Yes. Okay, let's start a campaign.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. But yeah, I'm a fan of Joe Manganiello. You know, still sad that we never got to see his Deathstroke
Well,
out of the Snyderverse, but
we sort of did.
we sort of
One scene.
one scene for 10 20 seconds. It was not.
But what
I
a
wanted to see
30 seconds is that?
I wanted to see what he was going to do. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. I've been a fan of his since his True Blood days. Even though I don't like werewolves, but he was a hot werewolf. And of course he was Flash Thompson in Spider-Man.
True. Yes.
The Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Yeah. So there's also that. And I looked up Lyra Abova, and she hasn't really done much. This kind of looks like her biggest role to date. So good for her.
Let's go.
Good to,
Yeah.
Good to see another unknown.
Fresh faces.
Yes, fresh faces. A lot of fresh faces in this cast, which is great.
I'm having a look at just like the first episode cast, and I'm seeing the character names to these faces, and I'm excited.
Excited. Well, please, can you guys take me through your thoughts on this? Because I know nothing about Mr. Zero or Miss All Day Sunday. All Sunday. I keep calling her All Day Sunday. Miss All Sunday.
Yep.
All Sunday. Miss All Sunday. Fulya, how excited are you about these characters? Are these good I feel like these are bad characters in the show. Like,
So
tell me about them.
The numbered characters, so the Mr. 9 and the Mr. 5 and the 3 and whatever.
Yes.
They're evil.
Okay.
They're enemies.
Amazing.
Some of the others that we meet as well, Miss All Sunday, Miss Wednesday, they're also enemies.
Bad.
Very bad.
Very bad.
There's just a lot of these characters we're gonna be meeting potentially in this first episode of season 2.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of these characters are gonna be evil. Essentially, they're gonna be enemies.
Ooh, bad guys.
Apart from what we know about the Straw Hat crew.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of them are going to be pretty evil. Apart from maybe some random ones that don't have names in there, they could be just like side characters that sort of like, or villagers or whatever, you know, townspeople kind of a situation. Smoker, who's going to be played by Callum Kerr by the looks of it. He's a character that's also had a gum fruit. Who smokes 2 cigars at once.
Great.
But he's a Marine commander.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he'll be sort of with Kobe. So the character Kobe, Smoker is probably going to be Kobe's leader.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will they bring back Kobe? I reckon. He's sort of a
think so.
fan favorite. They can do whatever they want, really.
Yeah.
And they're probably going to chuck Buggy in there somewhere.
I really want Buggy to come back, man. Well, what was his name that played Buggy?
Jeff Ward.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's great. Yeah, I love him.
I watched the little behind the scenes video that they put up not too long ago, like a few days ago, behind the scenes to season 2. And essentially most of it's blurred. And they're like, oh, we can't show you this. This is all spoilers. So it's like going behind the scenes on the set and, you know, checking out the costume wardrobe and stuff. The only wardrobe you see are the ones we already know, but the rest of it's like blurred or not shown at all. But it's a good, like, I think it's like a 2-minute video, 2 to 3 minute video. It's definitely roughly about that. Definitely worth checking out just to sort of get like an insider's look into the new
Ooh.
season that's upcoming. And they also speak to some of like the production designers and all that sort of stuff. I can't wait to see some of this stuff come to life. It's gonna be so cool. Apparently, they've tried to make it as manga accurate as possible with some of the set designs, and it's gonna be so good. I'm excited.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mike, what about your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I even showed my wife because the only reference that she knows that Joe's from is, hey, it's the guy from Magic Mike.
Magic Mike.
Oh yeah, Mike, of course.
Yeah, and also he was also in the Pee Wee
Huey Herman.
yeah Pee Wee's Holiday or something like that for Netflix, and he played himself. And he and Pee Wee wanted to be his friend, and it's very touching and moving. And Joe's like a big nerd. He plays D&D.
Yeah, he's a huge nerd.
He's like a nerd with muscles.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, and I can't wait. Chopper's going to be interesting. A lot of people were concerned. It's like, how are you going to do this? Because they sort of, with the first season, they sort of focused more on like physical special effects and all that, like makeup and all that. And how can you do Chopper? Like he's about, I don't know, he's about 3 foot, and most of the time. And he's a little reindeer boy.
Mm-hmm.
How can you do that practically? Get Warwick Davis. I don't know. I don't know. But it looks like they're probably going to do like a bit of CGI. But considering Chopper is going to be like the main crew. By the way, I see they're probably going to do the drum saga at the end of the season, and they're probably doing a lot more for season 3 as well. So that's why we get to see like Crocodile and Nari and all that. So they're probably setting up a lot of stuff within the second season, so they can put it on the third as well. And Chopper's going to be very expensive because essentially he'll be almost in every shot. So
unless they try to make it so that he's not in too many shots, but he's going to be in every episode for sure.
Yeah. So if they're going to do like, I don't know, what they tried to do with Ted, that TV show, or even what Paramount did for the Knuckles TV show, because Knuckles was mostly in that. So if you have one CGI character, they could probably get away with it, and all the rest is just makeup and special effects and all that.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to see, Crocodile definitely special effects makeup for sure.
Crocodile?
Yeah. Well, it's not much of a change, to be honest. That character's literally got like stitches.
Oh, but makeup.
The only thing that'll be CG will be their abilities.
I'm not up to that bit yet.
Cool. I will leave it at that.
I have been watching a bit of One Piece, and I'm not quite finished the saga yet.
Have you not met Crocodile yet?
I've met Crocodile, and
okay.
Him and Luffy have fought for the first time.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you know what his ability is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, duh. Sorry, I just remembered.
You're good.
Yeah, I won't say because Kendall's here. Hi, Kendall.
Thank you for considering the fact that I will remember things.
Yeah. I will mention.
Okay.
I will mention, because this is a big Netflix thing. There was a bit of a crossover with One Piece and Cobra Kai. If you've seen that, where Luffy sneaks onto the set of Cobra Kai.
Does he?
Yeah, that was fun.
Okay, that's cool. I need to look that up.
Yeah, same.
And there was like a couple of shots where Luffy has his own gi, and and a lot of people.
I'm googling this.
Yeah, and he's actually with Miguel, so it's sort of got Miguel and Luffy like sort of like doing poses, and a lot of people saying, "Can Zolo be Ash, please?"
That seems like it'd be really cool.
I reckon he'll be a good Ash.
Zoro
Yeah.
or Sanji?
No. Sorry. The guy who plays Miguel in Cobra Kai.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I want him. People want him to play Ash. Luffy's.
That's not the name. It's a different name.
Is it?
It's not Ash.
It's not
Ace.
Ash. It's Ace. Sorry, I got my animes confused. I thought he was a Pokemon trainer.
No.
Because for some reason I was thinking, if they can do Chopper to look like Detective Pikachu, I wouldn't mind that.
From the live action, yeah.
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. But anyway.
I think they might go that kind of in that route.
Yeah, just cute. Just
Yeah.
balls to the wall cute.
Yeah, and fluffy.
Cute and fluffy. And just creepy when he gets angry.
Yeah. I hope he does the thing the way he hides. It's so. No, not under the hat. Just he hides, but it's not hiding.
If I can't see him, he can't see me. Yeah. Very childlike.
Not behind something, like on the side of it.
Yeah. I just want them to do that scene where Luffy is very hungry. Yeah. So
That'd be interesting.
yeah, I'm done.
Great. That was awesome. Thank you guys. I live for your
Sometimes,
One Piece insights that approach the spoiler line. Okay. We got one more thing to talk about in the news before we move on, and we're keeping it in the Geeked Week, of course. This is exciting. Big news regarding season 2 of the live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender. We have our Toph, an actress by the name of, and there are two. I tried to look up how to pronounce her name, and I found conflicting reports, so I'm just gonna say them both. Maya Seach or Maya Chek. They're the two different ways to say her name. I apologize if whichever one's wrong. I take it back.
Let's place
but
bets.
Maya. Let's place bets. We'll find out closer to the show. Or I could just probably watch the video where they announce that she's Toph, and then I'd find out how to pronounce her name. But F it.
Who needs it?
Who needs it? Oh God. Canceling myself. So Maya is going to be playing Toph in Avatar: The Last Airbender. She is not vision impaired, so they have hired an actress who can see. Totally fine. It makes sense.
Considering what she has to do,
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. I would have been surprised if they'd hired a vision impaired actor to portray the character. But
They might have like someone there coaching her to be blind.
Oh, of course, yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, they'll do the training and all of that. What she needs to learn and do, and I'm sure she probably did some of that in the audition as well. But yeah, she's she's been in a few things. Nothing too big, so this is probably again similar to Lyra Abova. This is kind of going to be her big break. But I've seen Maya in a couple of things where she plays in two different movies, or one movie and one series, both on Netflix as well. Hilariously, she plays the younger version of Ali Wong's character. So she's in Always Be My Maybe. She plays the teenage version of Sasha. Yeah, and she's in Beef. She plays the teenage version of Ali Wong's character in Beef as well. So
That makes sense. They've
yeah,
used her once. Why not use her again?
why not use her again? Exactly. So I thought that was cool. But yeah. So yeah, great to see.
And still Netflix.
Exactly. That's what I said. Yeah, exactly.
And that's like the same as young Star Lord. They use the same actor in both movies.
Yes, they did. Yes, but it's funny because these are like two completely different projects. Like they're not connected in any way, but it's the same. She's playing the same. The older actress is the same. Yeah, anyway,
we get it.
We get it. You don't need to explain it. Yeah, really cool to see. They've found a Toph and they've announced it. A lot of people were wondering who it was going to be, but I guess we'll now have to wait and see once we get a trailer for this, probably next year, because I think they have started filming. I'm pretty sure, or they're about to. So yeah, I look forward to seeing Maya in action as Toph, because Toph is a fantastic character.
Fan favorite.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's probably like. Oh, I don't think she's my favorite of the gang. But she's up there. She's very funny. So I'm.
She is.
Yeah. The sass from Toph is just the best. So I look forward to seeing how she goes with the sass. It's gonna be fun. Fulya, what do you think of this casting announcement?
Oh, I watched the little reveal trailer, the teaser to Toph, and it was on socials, and I was like, oh, and I like immediately knew it was going to be Toph, because the moment you see the foot and sort of like
barefoot
on your barefoot in the dirt doing the moves, I was like, Toph, let's go. Yeah, I'm not like, apart from seeing her as the younger version of the character in Always Be My Maybe, I haven't really seen Maya in anything else, to be honest. So it'll be, again, just like in One Piece, fresh faces. It'd be really good to sort of see them bloom a bit more with their acting and see where they go. And yeah, it'd be really cool. So, new generation of actors come through. Yeah. Looking forward to it. And yeah, I just can't wait for the new season. I don't know what it is. Netflix has been doing something good with these live actions of shows.
Makes a change.
Yeah. I mean, I would argue the One Piece one was better than the Avatar one, but the Avatar one was better than we all thought it was going to be. So, yeah.
Yes, it's pretty good.
But it had a low bar to hit.
Yeah,
had its own charm.
Yeah. Yeah. Mike, what do you think about the casting announcement?
Cool. Like Toph is probably one of my favorite characters in it, because just a bundle of sass, and it'll be interesting. Because I thought they were probably, I don't know, maybe gonna cast like a bit younger, because I always see Toph as like younger than Aang, and sort of like that. Sort of like that, but you can always cast older actors to play young, and I'm probably assuming that she can probably do both. I don't envy her with the contacts that she's going to wear. Make her eyes a little bit more milky. So
yeah,
that's going to be a hindrance when you're doing like fighting and all that, but all good. Can't wait. and she'll be in season 2 and 3. I hope
You
so.
muted.
You're muted, man.
I swear to Christ, I hit the button. Unless I muted myself because I thought I was muted and I was actually not muted. So, apologies.
It's alright. We didn't hear anything. We didn't hear any problems.
We didn't hear any problems. Fucking well done, Kendall. Okay. That's the nerdy news. We're done with that for another week, which means it's time to roll on up to the trailer park.
Rolling up to the trailer park where we all park all the trailers. He had.
Okay, trailer park time. Two trailers this week. And spoilers, it's a win for me for both. I'm gonna watch both of these movies, starting with
Well,
Mickey.
good for you.
Don't spoil it.
Fulia is like zero. It's 0 for 0 for me. Look, I only say it. I only say it because it hasn't happened for a while, and I was not expecting to like the Brothers trailer when I saw the screenshot of what it was about. I was like, this looks like it's going to be trash. But now I'm like, oh no, I'm actually interested.
No, it's
So-
trailer trash.
It's trailer trash. But tush. All right. Spoilers, sweetie. Trailer 1. Mickey 17. I was gonna watch this regardless. I was in on this movie when it was announced. I didn't even know what it was about, and watching this trailer was really me learning what it was about. The reason I say that I was in on it is because it is the follow-up film, the first film by Bong Joon-ho following his blockbuster smash Parasite that won him the Best Picture Oscar among many other Academy Awards back in, God, was it 2020? It would have been the last Oscars before the COVID shutdown. I'm pretty sure it's 2020. Anyway, yeah, fucking incredible. First time a foreign language film won Best Picture. So history making. And yeah, and this is his follow-up project. He's also the director of Snowpiercer. And I got a lot of Snowpiercer vibes with this, like the aesthetic of this. It's based on a book called, I think the book's called Mickey 7, not 17, so they changed the name, which I is funny. I think they're probably going to go into showing more killing Robert Pattinson, which is just hilarious.
Oh, it's a quasi-sequel.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I kind of like this. It's a sci-fi. You know, I'm here for sci-fi. It's set in the future. It's, you know, it's dystopian and weird, and it's got a great cast. And Robert Pattinson's just being his weird self, and I just adore him. And I saw something that made me laugh about it too, because obviously in this trailer he's putting on a voice in this character, and people were like not recognizing him because he was doing a voice, and then I'm like, why are you surprised that he's doing this kind of voice? Have you seen The Boy and the Heron? Like, he does the voice of the bloody heron in that movie, and it's insane. And he doesn't sound like him at all. So the dude is obviously very talented. So
Robert Pattinson can act.
I know. Who would have thought?
He's not just Edward.
He's not just Edward. He still has Edward Cullen hair, which I find hysterical. Like, his hair is just naturally out to all sides and just cool. Yeah.
Like this?
Sort of like that, but it doesn't have the curl. Like, yours has got like a wave to it. His is more like straight and just out everywhere. Anyway, welcome to the hair podcast. Yeah. But no, it looks cool.
I'm a heron.
You're a heron. It looks like a really cool movie. I'm really intrigued by the plot, and the premise of it, and you know, the conspiracy. I don't know. I'm a little annoyed that they revealed that there were more Mickeys still alive. I feel like that's a twist they could have saved for later or saved for the theater. But that's like the only nitpick I have about this trailer. Other than that, fantastic. I can't wait to see Mark Ruffalo continue to be weird, and Tony Collette as well. Aussies represent. That's nice. And speaking of beef, Stephen Yeun is in this as well. So bam, 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 bam. I can't wait to see Mickey 17. What about you, Fulia? What did you think of this trailer? For those who are not watching, Fulia is just leaning in with her hand on her chin, looking very unimpressed with me.
Went into this trailer thinking, "Oh, cool! It's Robert Pattinson. This looks interesting." And then it all plays out, and it went downhill for me. I was like, "Yeah, no, it's not for me. I'm not gonna watch this one. It's not my type of movie."
Downhill for you so fast, did it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The only thing that was cool was Robert Pattinson, and then the rest of it was just, eh.
How's it going again?
You had it here first, folks. Mickey 17 is put that in a movie trailer.
Yeah. You can quote me on it.
You can quote me on it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Man.
It didn't really hit me at all.
That's
so
okay. That's
not
okay.
interested,
One day I'll pick a trailer you like again. I haven't done that for a while.
We'll see when that day comes.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Maybe
I
if they
bet
put
you
out
there'll be
better
some
trailers.
good trailers coming out when I'm gone for 3 weeks.
Oh yeah, that's coming up soon. More spoilers. Okay. Well, thank you, Fully. I appreciate you trying. As always, I do appreciate it. Mike. What did you think of this?
Yeah, I remember the teaser from probably a year ago now. It's been
Yeah, because
ages.
the movie got delayed.
And it was very curious, like what's going on. It looked like, because I rewatched it, and it was Robert Pattinson in some sort of chamber. It looked like a CAT scan machine, and it did like the Alien sort of title reveal where lines were coming up on screen, and it's like, oh, what's this? Is this a bit sinister? Is it? I don't know what to make of it, because it looked like, okay, it's science fiction and sinister, cool. And then watching this trailer just did a hard turn right into, this is tongue in cheek and fun. This is really fun. It's fun. It's fun, Fulia. It's fun.
It's fun, Fulia.
Sure.
What would you do if you met your own clone that has your memories and all that, and you're part of the downtrodden working class, and you signed your soul away, basically? I mean, we sign our soul away all the time.
Never happen.
It won't happen, eh?
Nope.
You're not just
Not for me.
You're not just a number.
Nope.
Are you employed into a company that sees you as a person, or just someone who's, can be easily replaced? Capitalism.
No clones of this Fuji.
Okay. So anyway, yes, I'll be watching this. This looks like a bit of fun. Yeah, everyone in it looks like they're having fun. So yeah, I'm definitely going to watch it. So when is this going to be coming out, Kendall?
Yes, well, it's not too far away, actually, which is nice. Mickey 17 will be in cinemas here in Australia on the 30th of January.
Oh.
Yeah.
4 months away.
4 months away. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. All right, our second and final trailer. I'm now even more intrigued to hear Fulia's thoughts on this, but we're going to hear my voice for a little bit first. This is a movie called Brothers. This is Josh Brolin and Peter Dinklage playing twin brothers, and Glenn Close is their mum. and you know they're criminals, and you know things are happening, things are going down. It looks fun. Like at first I was like, I don't know about this. Like I will admit I was like really not interested from the beginning, but like I don't know, for some reason the chemistry that two of them have as these brothers here is just really interesting to me. It's funny. I genuinely laughed a couple times, and it's directed by the guy who Springs, which was the really awesome Andy Samberg and Kristen Milioti Groundhog Day movie, which I was talking about again this week because of obviously the Penguin with a friend. I need to rewatch that movie. It was very good. That was one of the best movies to come out of COVID, I think. Even though it was filmed before COVID, but you know what I mean. Yeah, Palm Springs. So this is the same guy. So I was like, oh, okay, now I'm more interested. And here we are. So yeah, it looks fun, it looks wild, it looks weird and crazy, and something that Josh Brolin wouldn't do. Like Peter Dinklage has done comedy, like he did comedy before he did Game of Thrones, so it's kind of no surprise. But Josh Brolin doesn't. This is not usually his bag, so I'm kind of curious to see what he might do in this role. But and freaking. Aunt May's here as well. Marissa Tomei is also here, being funny. Oh, and Brendan Fraser. I'm remembering now. Brendan Fraser. Yeah, I got such a kick. I gotta say, when like they were showing off all the cast and like saying Emmy winner, Academy Award nominee, blah blah blah, and then it says Academy Award winner Brendan Fraser, and my heart was just like, oh, yeah.
He deserved it.
He deserved it. He very much did deserve it. So, yeah, and he looks like he's having fun in this too. So, yeah, I'm really interested. I hope it's a good movie. It looks, to me anyway, it looks really good. So, and I don't really watch a lot of comedy these days. So if it works, then it works. I'll be happy. But I'm wondering if Fulya's happy with this trailer. What does Fulya think of the trailer for Brothers? Ladies and gentlemen, it's another hand on the chin. I love a good callback. Well done.
It's really great for a podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a bonus reason to watch us on Twitch or YouTube, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Yeah, Brothers was a trailer. Cool. Equally as Mickey 17 for me.
Brothers is a trailer.
But this one's a little bit better, only for the fact that Brendan Fraser's in it. And
okay, I'll take it. I'll take it as a win. I'll take the win, Fulya. Take the win.
And that's where it all ends for me.
That's the way the world ends.
Did you like the cinema? Did you like the cinematography?
The cinematography.
This is fine.
All right.
You don't need to hear me be negative about it. So move on.
Bless you. Thank you. I would love to hear you rant. It'd be very funny. Maybe if we ever start a Patreon, it'll just be fully ranting at all my poor trailer choices.
Yeah, we'll put that behind a paywall.
Yeah.
Put a lot of things behind that paywall.
$1 a month, you'll get me talking shit about the trailers that I don't like.
Yeah. And for $5, you'll hear what I really think about the Israel-Palestine conflict. Anyway.
The political content behind a paywall.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Anyway, it's time for Mike to give us his thoughts on Brothers. What did you think?
I liked it. That goes without saying, because this sort of hits me in a way. It's like, just like Mickey 17, it's all these people like having fun. And I haven't seen going close in in a while, so it's great to see her like do some stuff. Yeah, and also Brendan Fraser as well, because he won an Oscar. lot Oscar contendees, and I'm not expecting this to be an Oscar winner. I think it's going to be doing what it says on the tin, and just a story between two brothers reconnecting and finding a way to just finding their way. I really enjoy it, and I'll definitely be there watching it for. I think my wife will probably enjoy it too. I think she'll probably like it. So date night. So when's date night?
When is day night? Well, day night's going to come up very, very soon because Brothers is going to be on Prime Video on the 17th of October.
Yeah, I typed this into the wiki and try to find it. There are a lot of movies called Brothers.
Oh yeah, it wasn't even the top movie when I was looking for the release date. I'm like, oh, right. Let's think of a different name, shall we, people?
Yeah, I smell a marathon. So, all these different movies from different places.
Different movies, different places. We love to see it. It's a good time. All right. Well, that's Trailer Park, guys. We're done for another week, which means
oh yes,
it's time.
Oh,
for the moment.
Oh yes.
The segment.
Oh yes.
The section, the building, the apartment, the smoke and the Sharpie. It's time for
popcorn culture.
Yeah.
This time with feeling.
This time with feeling. It's popcorn culture time. We are here to discuss our thoughts on not one, but two episodes of Only Murders in the Building. Season 4, episode 3, we have 2 for the road, and episode 4, the Stuntman. Overall thoughts for myself on episode 3. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I liked that the kind of center of the episode was, our cast of characters being split off with their movie counterparts, their actors that are going to play them. I enjoyed watching them all mingle. I was waiting for an episode where we were going to do this, so it was nice to actually see that happen. I thought that was great, and I just love Detective Donna Williams. I just want more of her because hearing her call Zach Galifianakis scrumptious fuckable baklava was like something I didn't have on my bucket list, but I'm so glad it exists. So that was nice. Yeah, she's great. But yeah, it was a good episode. I enjoyed it. What did you think of episode 3? Fulya, 2 for the road.
Yeah, it was a good episode. Definitely had some good laughs in there as well. Kind of felt for Oliver though.
Oh yeah,
in that one,
definitely
so that was interesting. But Eugene Levy trying to be trying to be Charles. It was good. The way that he's just like mimicking everything that he does.
Yeah.
Sitting on the couch with the accordion and
it was that sort of stuff. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Eva Longoria just, decided that she's gonna go a different direction with the Mabel character. Instead of Mabel, it's Maybelle.
Maybelle.
And apparently Maybelle drinks at like 10 a.m. in the morning. So
Yeah. Yeah. And she admits her faults,
Yes.
And she dives headfirst into things, and is very confident.
Very, very confident.
Yeah. Oh, so
Yeah,
funny.
no, it was a good episode. I really enjoyed it.
Nice. Mike, what did you think about Two for the Road?
I did like this one. I didn't think, not to skip everywhere, I didn't think I needed in my life a scene between Steve Martin, Sean Levy, and
You,
Eugene Levy.
Eugene Levy, Steve Martin, and Guy Smiley. Richard
Guy
Kind.
Smiley?
Richard
Oh,
Kind.
yes.
that's episode 4.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Okay.
confused. It's all.
Okay.
It's all. Which one's-
Episode okay. To delineate between the two. Episode 3 is the one where it's about the movie and it's like they're investigating the case, but like it's the actors.
Yeah.
They're one-on-one with the actors, whereas in episode 4 they all kind of go one-on-one with the Westies, I guess.
Ah.
A little bit more, but actually no,
No.
it is episode 3.
No.
I'm getting
No.
confused. I'm
Mike
the one
was
that's
right.
confused.
Yeah.
Mike was right.
Mike is always
Sorry.
right.
I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
apologize, everyone.
yeah.
Okay, go on. Mike
Richard
was right.
Kind,
Yes.
Eugene Levy and Steve Martin in one room.
Yeah.
So it's my fault for watching them back to back. I've unintentionally tried not to confuse anyone, and I confused everyone. So apologies.
I'm confused now.
Don't be confused. You are correct.
But I
and
did. I didn't know I needed that in my life, and I'm glad I had it.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
That was a good scene.
I love the sort of dynamic that they have between what is constitute as an adaptation of a character, but the characters are in real life, and how they go about it. I mean, you got 3 ways of doing it, and they've done it like this. Like, one person doesn't really want to be there, and just predicates that that he's only doing it for the money. And you got Charles being a nana sort of just loves the fact he's getting attention, and it makes me a bit sinister of Eugene Levy. Is he the killer? Trying to get that role. And yeah, and Mabel or Mabel, and how she's completely miscasted, which is absolutely fun. And it actually got me thinking: would they do a name drop of you know who should have played Charles? Steve Martin, and then Charles.
That would be funny.
And then Charles would go, "Oh, I hate that guy," something like that.
That'd be cool.
I mean, they're doing a lot of self-referential dialogue anyway. I mean, especially with
Why not get meta? Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, they already did a talking about which season this is. It's like, well, I've seen it in 3 seasons.
Yeah.
On how you work, so just go nuts with it. I mean, you can do whatever you want, or you got the actors meeting the characters. You can sort of do something like that, which I sort of touched on a couple of weeks ago. Because you have Cheaper by the Dozen 2, where you have Steve Martin and Levy acting against each other. So that means Steve Martin is in this universe technically. So
yes,
do that.
That would be fun.
And make Steve Martin. That would be great. Like, scrap everything that we know. Steve Martin is trying to murder Charles because he looks too much like him.
Or they were trying to kill Steve Martin. And they thought that Charles was Steve Martin living in the Arconia but then they killed Zaz because Zaz looks like
Wow.
Steve Martin.
Yeah.
I just hurt my brain.
Oh
saying
boy.
My
that.
brain.
My brain is
If you're
even
not
more...
confused now, you're confused now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's done.
More
'Cause
confused.
the rest of this podcast is going to be a mess.
Mm.
It's going to be great. I love that, Mike. That's excellent. Yeah, I hope they do something like that too. That'd be great. Yeah, cool. So yeah, basically, yeah, the episode kicks off with picking up where we left off at the end of episode 2 with Detective Williams showing up, and I said it before, I loved Divine Joy Randolph, and I want more of her, because like this scene was just, I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. I love the way she interacts with them and how they were like, wait, you're helping us? You're giving us this information? But yeah, this is like the big plot move of the episode of like, because clearly the Dudenoff thing, at least we find out more about it in episode 4, but in episode 3, we get a bit more information about this Dudenoff person and how they're in Portugal and whatever, and they're not around that. Yeah, and then the actors show up, and then it's all hell breaks loose.
Yep.
After that. Fulya, do you have any thoughts on the opening of the episode?
Yeah, it was interesting, and I did enjoy how all that sort of played out. I think when the actors walked in and said that they were going to follow him around and stuff like that, my initial reaction was like, why? They're gonna ruin this. They're gonna ruin it. They're not gonna be able to do the stuff that they need to do to get this investigation continued. They just got to get in the way. But then as the episode kept going, I was like, oh, okay, all right, this kind of works. So yeah, and I love that the detective was all of a sudden like, I'm gonna help you now.
Yeah,
that kind of threw me off too.
that was surprising.
Just like the main 3 actors, that threw me off as well. I was like, wait, what? She's willingly giving them information now? But I guess she trusts their instincts and that they are able to get to, they are able to further the investigation a little bit quicker compared to what the police have been doing. So that was all funny to experience, and the opening was good.
Yeah, it was a good setup for the episode. Mike, what did you think about the opening?
It's good that they changed it up instead of having like a foil again of holding information, and we've seen that through 3 seasons now, so it would be time to make the character like be part of the investigation as well, saying, okay, this is what we do. It's like, oh, you're gonna let us go? It's like, yeah, well, it's your track record speaks for yourself, and also technically Charles is the target ? So whatever in a way they sort of do need the information so they can protect him a bit more. So I can sort of see like the both sides of things. So yeah, it's a good duration, and it's a lot more interesting of having like the Commissioner Gordon to the Batman, of actually giving out all the information to a vigilante team. And Batman. So much Batman.
Cool. Well, I feel like the best way to tackle this episode going forward is just we talk about the Olivers, the Charleses, and the Mabels.
The Mabels.
Or the Mabels. So yeah, I think I don't know. I guess we could just talk about the Mike's already mentioned it a little bit. Charles with Eugene, Levy, and what the shenanigans that they get up to. Is just yeah, I really enjoyed their stuff as well. Because it's just seeing Eugene just be so into Charles and trying to nail him and feeling like this sense of honor, opportunity to betray him. It's just like, and the way they bond over it is kind of fun. I had we were talking before about making it very meta, and they actually want to kill Steve Martin, and that's the whole whatever. But I was like, man, Eugene's very into Charles. Maybe Eugene Levy is the killer here. Maybe it's your classic number one superfan kills their hero,
Yeah.
or tries to kill their hero. They could totally do that. I don't think they will. But I had that thought and I was like, that's a bit fun. But yeah. Where's my notes on them?
The eye drops.
The eye drops, yeah, because they plot together to go to Vince and Richard Kine's character and get him to take off his eye patch and reveal hopefully a bruise from a kickback from a sniper rifle. The gun that was used to kill Zaz. So, but yeah, and I loved how Eugene was like, we'll just do a gag, we'll do a joke, and you have some water, and then I'll have some water, and then you say something, and then I'll do a spit take, and then he'll have to take. And then Charles is just immediately like, no, it's not going to work. And then when they get over there, and then it's just so funny. Like they keep trying to, they walk in with their eye patches, talking about Salazar, Salazar Savage, this like revolutionary scientist who has these eye drops from, I'm pretty sure they mentioned Portugal, from memory. And then something about how they can't believe Portugal's not Spain or whatever it was. I can't remember where that joke was. I think I'm getting my streams crossed again. Ignore me.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. Great. Yes, but anyway, it was fun. I like this whole scene, this whole interaction, and how they had to go back to the spit take option as a way to get him to take it off, and then
It was their last resort.
it was their last resort, and then just the moment where Eugene does it, and then Vince punches him in the face was just so unexpected and so funny. But then what the one thing that had me going, what the fuck, was the second that Vince lifts it up and you see that it's clearly infected, and Charles is just like, that's not a bruise. I'm like, come on, man, have some tact. Like, this could be the guy that's trying to kill you, and you're just gonna out yourself that you're trying to find him. What the hell?
It's like he's not a detective or anything.
It's like it's like he's an old man trying to solve a murder. Fulya, what did you think of all the stuff with Charles and Eugene and their plot against Vince?
Yeah, honestly, I think out of the three, I think that was kind of my favorite.
Yeah.
Where they're trying to get the whole eye drops, get convincing Vince to use the eye drops, and it's like, oh yeah, no, this is a very specially derived eye drop that's made specifically for this strain of conjunctivitis, and it came from this country, and the way that they're like trying so hard so that they can get Vince to do it in front of them, but also to actually just use it, because he's always like, it's a conjunctivitis that no medicine has been able to clear up. And they're like, no, this one definitely will. And yeah, it's just the way that they're really trying so hard to get Vince to use these eye drops just had me rolling. I was just laughing so hard. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
I loved the whole trio, that dynamic that they had together in that one room. And Vince is just standing there, he's looking really suspicious, and he's like, yeah, okay, why do you want me to take it? And then as soon as they made him as soon as they were able to convince him, he's like, starts walking away. He's like, no, you have to do it here. He's like, I'm gonna go do it in the bathroom. It's just like that whole dynamic was great. I absolutely loved it. It was so good. And yeah, they do a pretty good job. And you've muted yourself.
Fucking hell, Kendall. Get
You
your
unmuted
shit
yourself
together.
before.
Oh. When I finally stop coughing, this won't be a problem.
Yeah.
But until that day, Mike, hello. What did you make of seeing these three wonderful actors on screen together?
It was a joy. I didn't know why. I was like, oh, I've never seen this dynamic. It's good. I like it. More, please. And just the farcical nature of it is just it's great. Yeah. But there's not really much to add on. But by the end of it, he wasn't lying. He does have an infected eye. So does that mean it's very catchy? So does that mean they're going to get an infection eye? Maybe. Maybe that'll be down the plot tree. But I don't know. They're wearing glasses, so it should be fine. But yeah.
Sorry, glasses don't protect you.
Yeah, they do. I should know. I don't wear them. I have no protection. That's next episode that Charles and Vince find out that they secretly like each other.
I can't remember. Wait, I can tell you. I wrote it down. Hang on.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
It's like, I thought you didn't like me. I thought I didn't like you. I just want someone to wave at.
Just want someone to wave at. Why can't I read my own notes? I remember specifically writing down awkward.
Awkward.
It's like, I'm awkward, you're awkward. No, I think it's in this episode.
Okay. Because I thought it was a bit weird that...
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Vince, was very different towards Charles than he was with Mabel and Oliver. How he was sort of wondering why he's here. And yeah, it just turned out that it was a miscommunication. So, never judge a book by its cover. And that's the lesson, folks.
A lesson indeed. Yeah, speaking of judging books by their covers, the Oliver and Zach Galifianakis featuring Howard part of the episode. I love Howard. He's another supporting character in this show that I really like, and I'm glad he's a series regular now. The fact that he's... Okay, two things. One, the fact that he's taken on the pig as a pet, because of course he would. And two, they put the pig in the opening credits. Like he's walking... You know
he's
how he walks? He's walking the pig in the opening credits now. Mwah. Love it. I love it. And then all the nicknames for the pig, I wrote down some. Natalie Porkman, Gloria Swinem, and Kristen Pig. They were some of mine.
I watched it with the subtitles on, and the way they wrote pig was with 2 eyes.
So I wrote it with 2 eyes in my notes as well because I was like, I bet they did.
Yeah, they did. I thought, good. It's good.
Yeah, we see you. Yeah, fantastic. But yeah, and then I had a sad thought, and they kind of expanded upon it during this episode, and like because I was getting it from the get go, like in the opening scene where they're doing the murder board, and you know Eugene and Eva are so invested in what's going on and whatever, and then Zach's just on the couch on his phone, barely taking it in, and he's like, "Oh, I've got your character down. I just say a funny, stupid joke, and then I mention a dead celebrity, and then we're fine." You know, that's his thing. And I had this thought of like, it's really, really sad that someone like Oliver gets someone like Zach in this production. You know, that portraying him in a movie because he doesn't want to be there. He's there for the paycheck. He says exactly that. Meanwhile, you know, Charles and Mabel have these 2 actors that are actively very invested and interested in playing these characters, and Oliver is the theater man. Like he's more interested in acting than Charles is. It feels like sometimes, or in performance and art and whatnot. And it just was really sad. I had a moment of just like, oh, Oliver has someone playing him who doesn't give a shit, you know, and Oliver wants more than anything for someone to give a shit. And so when you get that scene later on with the 2 of them, and like after they have their music montage, and it's all very funny and they're very chummy and whatever, and we get that scene of Zach realizing like you want to be remembered, like you want to be like he, you know, Oliver talks about how he would love someone to play him in a movie and all this, and it's just, and I was like, oh, okay, so I had the same thought the writers had. Okay, that's great. Yeah. So, but yeah, I love Oliver, and then just getting that scene at the end of Zach taking a phone call from his agent, and then just completely savaging, not to make a Only Murders pun, but completely savaging him, and character's terrible and blah blah blah. And then Howard has the best moment in the episode where he gives that monologue about Oliver, and he means so well, but he's like, I'm gonna point out everything that's wrong with Oliver as I'm trying to convince Zach Galifianakis to stick around. Fuck, that was funny, and the fact that it worked, because of course it did, because this is a comedy show. Yeah, like, oh, I'm gonna portray you with such nuance now. There's tragedy here in your story, and blah blah blah. Stupid, very stupid, but very funny. Yeah, so I pulled a lot out of the Oliver stuff in this. I thought that was really, really interesting. I kind of like what they're doing in that sense. Yeah, Fulya, what did you think of seeing Oliver and Zach Galifianakis together?
Yeah, when I saw those 2, and I know that Zach has always been, like, when we first meet him in this season, all of a sudden he's like he's still not convinced about doing this role, and like he has no real like care for it, to the point where Oliver takes him out on an Oliver day. Like shopping spree and all that, and you get that montage. Watching that montage, I was a little suspicious about it. I'm like, how do you turn so quickly through, you know, just hanging out with someone for a day when all you really care about is the money for the role, and you really don't care about anything else? So by the time we get to the end where we find out that Zach really still gives no shits about Oliver, I was just like, you know what? Go screw yourself, Zach. You suck.
Yeah, real life anaphylactic. Don't like you. All your movies.
But yeah, that moment that we get with Howard where, you know, he turns around and tries to support Oliver the best way that he could. That made me all warm and fuzzy inside.
Yeah.
Because he knows, and I guess Howard is very much a big, like a fan of Oliver and the work that he does and the effort that he puts into the stuff that he does. And so I kind of like that about Howard. He's still a little annoying though. Just a little bit. But yeah, no, like I said, when we started talking about this episode, like it was really sad. I was very sad for Oliver in this episode, just purely because of the fact that he doesn't have the person there for him that's ended up just taking over words, and now I'm confused. Yeah.
I think I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Speaking of words, Mike.
Yeah.
What words have you for Oliver and Zach?
Contention.
Mm-hmm.
That's a word.
That's a word.
Gubernatorial. That's a Deadpool reference.
That's a Deadpool reference.
Yeah, I think the sort of dynamics that they want is what each character has needs and wants. Like Mabel doesn't want this to happen because she just wants to be like not singled out or everything is exposed because she feels insecure about her like standing. I mean, essentially she's homeless and she's squatting and all this, and she doesn't want that. Still wants that anonymity of her character, and how these other two who are big, larger than life, like one's an actor and one's like an artiste, like dabbles in so much stuff. So, and with Oliver being like outspoken and all that, he wants this to be the best thing, and he says it himself. He wants this to be the best thing and the best actor to play him, and he got someone who doesn't want to be there, is only doing this for money, and is complete opposite of what he wants. So I kind of like the sort of different interpretations of do you value the art, or do you want to make a profit? I mean, artists need money to make their art, but they want art to be not solely for profit. So it's that duality. And with the Oliver stuff and his dynamic is he's probably coming to terms with maybe he isn't going to be remembered by his own terms, but being remembered by essentially an arsehole playing him. So, and I suppose because the actors in here aren't playing themselves to a T. They're playing caricatures of themselves. Like, I don't think, like, Zach is... He's doing an interpretation of himself. He's not necessarily doing himself in this show, but he's playing a part of someone who is like this, and not necessarily him. And that's why it would be interesting, my fan theory of get the real actors to play themselves in this and see how that goes, but only do it once. Yeah, overall, I did like it, but I don't know. It's fun, but not fun. And out of all of them, this is sort of like the serious bit, which is kind of ironic coming from a B plot with Oliver, who is Oliver. we all know Oliver, and just breaking him down to I say a stupid pun, and then reference a dead celebrity, and it's sort of a humbling for Oliver, which is good for a character development into like now going on a 4th season. How are we going to break down this character into the finer points and actually build them to what they're going to be at the end of this particular season, which is fascinating, and maybe he will learn and change by the end, but who knows? This is only like halfway through the season, so I'm done.
Yes. You're done. You're done. Thank you. All right. Well, we got Mabel and Eva Longoria to talk about before we wrap up this episode. Yeah, we've kind of talked about it a little bit already with Eva taking on, a completely different version of Mabel, reinterpreting her in this Mabel persona, which is a lot of fun. I really love Eva Longoria being this complete exaggerated send-up of herself. I think that's very funny. Similar to what you were just saying about Zach Galifianakis, like this is not, these actors are not playing themselves. They're playing heightened versions of themselves, and and it's very enjoyable. I really loved the scene at Rudy's place, finally getting to meet Rudy, played by Kumail Nanjiani. Was a joy. He's always a fun actor to watch on screen. He's very funny. And the way it all kind of played out with him was so wild and hilarious. Like, with Eva just completely going down the deep end of, I've got a date with Michelle Obama. I need to get out of here. Let's get to the fucking monkey here, and grabs the gun off the wall and points it at. It was so funny. And then the icing on the cake for me was the reveal of why Rudy loves Christmas. The fact that he did one viral video as an Instagram influencer, and now all he has to do until the end of time is Christmas.
Yeah.
And he hates Christmas.
It's
that.
Christmas got ruined because of influencing.
It's that chasing the money, or chasing the money
and
to
chasing the likes.
Yeah.
Chasing the likes. Yeah, exactly. This tickled me so much. But yeah, this kind of, led to a couple of interesting developments. We found out that the tinsel that they found in the Dudenoff apartment is not actually tinsel because it's not flammable. And Mabel is going to squat in the Dudenoff apartment. A, because she needs somewhere to live, and B, as a means to lure said Dudenoff back to the Arconia. So I thought that was cool. Fulya, what did you think of Mabel and Mabel hanging out together at Rudy's?
Yeah, this was a good scene. I loved the idea that Mabel says that she works alone, and then Mabel's like, all right, fine, goes off, and then they both meet at Rudy's house, and Eva Longoria's already there. And Mabel's like, the heck are you doing here? It's like, this is how Mabel will do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, watching those two sort of like go at it, and then Eva is just, man, she's like so weird in this episode, going like full tilt and just going ham with this role. I reckon she's had quite a good time playing this role, to be honest. A very heightened version of herself. Just the two differences that you're getting from Mabel and Eva as Mabel, and it's the way that they're both trying to get information was just yeah, it was interesting to see them together in the same room doing that sort of stuff and trying to interrogate Rudy and finding out that Rudy's like this really ripped, what is he, like a personal trainer, but he's also an influencer, and that one viral video he does is the one thing that everybody wants to see more of because of the naughty list that's on his abs. That full reveal where he lifts his shirt and he's like, when everybody asks you if they're still on the naughty list.
That was unexpected.
Oh man. And then just like the fact that apparently he's got his own version of eggnog where he uses protein powder. And it's like, oh.
Yeah, no, they say ground deer hoof.
Yeah, ugh.
That's what he says. Ground deer hoof.
Yeah. But yeah, and then just to sort of find out by the end of it, he's like, I don't like Christmas, I hate it. It was so good. Kumar Nanjiani is just hilarious. He's so good with the comedy. He really
is excellent. Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I liked it. I really enjoyed that scene.
Nice. What about you, Mike?
Yes. It sort of goes with the themes of being remembered and with the chasing of the money. If you're a personal trainer, there's a shitload of personal trainer like influencers on there. You need a niche, and the biggest niche is a Christmas theme, and it just sucks the life out of you trying to do that forever. So, and I like the juxtaposition between Maybelle and Mabel. How Mabel needs to learn to be assertive, and she's unsure about herself, and how Maybelle is not that. She's jumping ahead. She needs to get this done, and in a way it works in a way, and that sort of gives Mabel the sort of kick that she needs. Is like, okay, I need to like be assertive and do this. I need to do this for myself because I have no choice. So it's sort of it's kind of interesting that this whole episode is the actors trying to learn how to be their characters, but the characters are learning more as well with these people sort of cross-examining and doing their analysis, like sort of take with these characters. So overall, this is a good episode for a character study for each character. Yeah,
Very
and it's got a
much.
pig in it.
And it's got a pig in it. Yeah.
And this particular character is fun. Hopefully there'll be more, but who knows? It could be just a one and done, and he just pops up in the background for the West Wing guys. Yeah.
Yeah, the Westies.
I don't think he's the killer.
No.
But he probably
No.
knows more than he does.
Yeah.
But that's next week's episode.
That's next week's episode, which we're going to talk about right now.
Ah, segue.
Segue. Yes. Cool. So the next episode 4 of Only Murders in the Building, season 4, is called The Stuntman. I really enjoyed this episode. I can't wait to lose my shit about Paul Rudd with you guys, because that was the best. That was so good. I fucking died. Because at the beginning, I was like, we open with this dream where Charles is following Zaz, and it's all very ominous and whatever. But there's this narration going on, and it's Irish.
I did not pick it at all.
Yeah, well, I was like, who is that? And I literally wrote down in my notes, oh, it's Brendan Gleeson. I was just like, oh, it kind of sounds like Brendan Gleeson. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe he was one of the names that was in this. So many cameos. I just accepted it. I was like, all right, cool. They got Brendan Gleeson. Yeah, no, this was fun. I liked all the stuff at the Stuntman Bar was great. Yeah, it was just excellent and so much fun. Sorry, I just saw something in my notes. My phone auto corrected a word. I wrote down the line where because obviously one of the subplots of this episode is Oliver's fake Instagram, he's Finster, where he's this woman named Ronnie, because he's spying on Loretta. And he says this line where he goes, "One-way ticket to Cuck City, population Putnam," and for some reason my phone auto-corrected cuck to fuck. So in my notes,
I think you used the word a bit too much.
I might. It's 2024. I swear. It's
technically, you do more fuck than cuck.
Yes. Yes, you would. But it just seeing it in my notes going one-way ticket to fuck city just tickled me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Mine still autocorrects to duck.
Yeah, mine used to. But now it doesn't.
It knows the algorithm.
It knows the algorithm.
I think you're letting off a bit too much of yourself, Kendall.
No.
Judging.
Never too much.
Judging.
Yeah, feel free to judge me. It's fine. Yeah, no, I really, on the whole, really enjoyed this episode. Some fucking hilarious stuff, or should I say some fecking hilarious stuff. And some really cool advancements of the story that have me very intrigued. So, Fulya, what did you think of the Stuntman?
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. This is definitely a really fun episode. Finding out that there's a stuntman's bar, which is pretty cool, and that actors or the no faces are not welcome because they're the no face. The stuntmen's are the no face actors. And they're like, I like how they describe the actors as the what are they? The ass of or something like that.
Yeah, I wrote it. Hang on, I wrote that down.
Yeah. It was something along the lines of.
Yeah, like deep down, you're all asses.
Yeah.
Yeah, about because they're called faces. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That was fun.
Faces.
Yeah.
So I like that little description, but yeah, I got thrown off with the Irish narration at the beginning. I was like, what character are we going to be meeting that has that accent?
A new one.
A new one. And then all of a sudden we get it. We come across the character Glenn Stubbins, which is hilarious. Apparently he was what was his name from season 3? Paul Rudd's other character?
Ben Glenroy.
He was Ben Glenroy's stunt double.
So good.
I love that.
So good.
And then just the fact that he's like he's so depressed because his face is dead and he's no longer has work. It's like he was perfect. We looked identical. And then you feckers come and kill him. Blames the trio, for him being jobless. And all he's doing is just necking down shots of alcohol and pretending to throw himself and like, as a stunt person will do, apparently. So he was a delight to see in this episode. Absolute delight. The other thing that I really liked about this episode was the whole idea of the stuntman's, what is it, the stuntman's funeral, where they have the body on the billiard table, and they go around and do their little like thank yous and goodbyes to the person. We'll get to it later, but that was also an interesting sort of a little scene that we got to witness as well. It's also really nice and sweet that that's what they really wanted to do. But yeah, no, this was a really good and fun episode. We learn a lot. We get some more information about Zaz and the dreams that Charles has been having about Zaz and this paradise and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it was really good episode.
Yeah, it was really, really good. Mike, did you also think it was really, really good? What did you think?
I don't know. With an Irish accent, it came and went, but I enjoyed it what it was, and it sort of does make sense that he would be out of work if the person that you look like is no longer around, and gives a good excuse to bring back Paul Rudd for will he be a recurring character? I don't know. Maybe. There's now going to be a season 5, so who knows? I don't know. I don't know if this. It's confusing because I liked where it was going, but now they've introduced a new scene, and I'm not quite too sure of where it's going now. It's sort of threw me a curveball of trying to pinpoint what's going on. But it's sort of dealing with like trying to discover more about Zaz and what she's been up to, and hopefully we get more a lot more shoe leather when it comes to that storyline, because the ending sort of threw me as like, okay, there's going to be more. There's more, but essentially we're halfway through the season, so who knows what's going to happen. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird episode for me. If I want to be truthful.
Yeah, please be truthful. I like that. All right, well, I'm looking forward to getting into that then. Yeah, so I guess we could probably just get the subplot out of the way with the Loretta stuff. I like that we get confirmation that Oliver was gonna ask her to marry him. Because part of me was like, when that scene happened, part of me was like, oh my god, is that what he's doing? But then I was like, surely not. They haven't been together that long, and I understand that they're older individuals, and maybe they're wiser about these things. But I don't know. I found it really interesting that that's what he was doing. But it was nice to have it confirmed that that's what it was. That scene with Mabel was really sweet, and but then it was also really sad again. Like, Oliver is just continuing to make me sad because he was just like, I always fail. That's why I didn't ask her, because she lives in LA, I live in New York, and the fact that he's just expecting it to end, like it's not going to work. Was just really...
I think it's just because he was basing it off his past 2 marriages.
Yeah, well, yeah, that too. But but you remember what Howard said when he was defending him to Zach Galifianakis, like, here's all these things that Oliver has done, but also not been successful in. Not just his relationships, but his career.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe we're building towards something with Oliver. I don't know. That could be interesting. Maybe he leaves the Arconia at the end of the season and goes to live in LA and try to succeed in some things, like a marriage with Loretta, or a career in Hollywood. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's where we're headed. But yeah, I did think it was a bit silly for him to have, like, the comedy of the subplot was great with him with this fucking massive iPad, It's probably like a 12.9 iPad Pro. Like,
Yeah,
and
and
Boomers and their big iPads.
the comment that Mabel makes is like, "I've never seen
I've seen
Instagram so
Instagram
big."
that big. Yeah, that was gold. I like that. Yeah, all those jokes were great, and like, turn your brightness down. I feel like I'm staring at an eclipse, and like, turn off the shutter sound and the flash.
The
Like, what the hell are
flash,
you
yeah.
doing, boy? Yeah, the whole the comedy shtick of the with the iPad was great. But I didn't love the fact that he was like setting up a fake Instagram just so he could spy on Loretta. That I didn't like.
A sock account?
Yes.
We've all got one.
A Finsta? No, I don't have one.
I don't have one.
I tell everyone my real name on everything.
Oh,
I make
okay.
no, just you. Okay.
If I want to lawyer somewhere, yeah.
Fulya, what did you think of the subplot of the episode with Oliver and the Loretta drama?
Yeah, look, honestly, I don't think there was really much to go off, considering the fact that the rest of the episode was mostly about Zaz and this stuntman bar and all that sort of stuff. So it kind of got like brushed under the rug a little bit, especially considering the fact that it didn't last long, that it was literally just in this one episode. So he started this fake Instagram account, and then by the end of it, he's ended up deleting it. Or, well, Mabel's forcing him to delete it.
Mabel had to, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was funny when he was first doing it, because he was trying to come up with, I suppose it was just his way of being in character, like in some form. But we all knew that it was just mostly and he even said it himself, that he needed to find out what was going on with that male arm wrapped around Loretta in that one picture. Yeah, just a bit of jealousy happening. So he's worried that Loretta's not going to be hanging around or being part of that relationship for too long. So I think that's kind of like, I mean, it's understandable a little bit, but not really. I just wish that, Mabel could, tell him to just talk to Loretta, be like, hey, this is how I'm feeling right now. Who was that person in that photo? Whatever, be a bit more upfront about it. So, yeah.
No.
Yeah, it was a
Be a man, bottle it down, dwell on it for hours, and
make
don't
a
say
fake
anything.
Instagram account.
Make a fake Instagram and stalk your girlfriend.
Nah.
Stalk your girlfriend.
Long distances are hard.
Long distance are hard. Mike, what are your thoughts on the Oliver and Loretta stuff?
Yeah, it's that. It's justified being man.
Being mad.
Being man, less emotional, because it's unhealthy, and it sort of is relatable. Well, not relatable, but understandable, of people of that generation, trying to work things out. And he probably, after the previous episode of trying to figure out, okay, what is he? What am I as a character? I need to be with this person, but I need to be here. And yeah, he's going through his stuff, Oliver. So and it makes sense that the way you feel, Kendall, that he might be leaving in a way, and this is probably going to be like the breakup of the team. But we all know there's going to be another season, so probably not.
Probably not.
Maybe there's going to be a murder in LA. Oh, is there such a thing?
Is there such a thing?
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
But yeah, I do like generational jokes because yeah, it's funny, but it's not really a joke to talk down. It's sort of a situational thing of yeah. I don't know where I'm going with this, but it sort of is relatable. That sort of old people don't know technology. It's like no, they know technology. They just know it in a particular way that other generations don't use. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't have dark mode in place. It's like, why don't you use dark mode? It's too bright.
Ah.
And you know how old people take pictures as well with the entire pad. Click. Yeah.
Yes.
Funny.
Speaking of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. The stuntman stuff in this episode. The bar
Funny.
that Zaz was at on her final night on this earth. Yeah, I really enjoyed all the stuff here very much. We've already talked about a little bit of it. I also wanted to mention again another great example of Charles passing something across across a table, across a bar. Just these Abraham Lincolns and these George Washingtons, and I'm like, dude. That was very, very funny. I liked that scene when he's trying to bribe the bartender. It was very amusing. And then yeah, you know, the whole faces versus stuntmen sort of thing, and all of that is quite funny. And yeah, and then Fulya, you mentioned already, Paul Rudd. Glenn Stubbins is the name of Ben Glenroy's stuntman, and yeah, and Mike, also you said the Irish accent was very much not well held, which is, you know, I think for this show is fine.
Yeah. Adds to the lucky charm.
The lucky charm.
Tease
yeah.
him. He doesn't deserve all of that. He's not a
No.
cereal.
Man, it was great. When he popped up and they were all like, Ben Glenroy, he's still alive. He's come back again from the dead the third time.
For a
Second
second,
time?
I thought he was just like in disguise or something because he grew out this beard, he's wearing his hat, and I'm just like, oh, he's like under a fake name or something. He's pretended to die or something. But then I'm like, no, wait, no, that can't be it.
Wait.
Yeah, like literally when they pulled him out the front, and like when they were kicked out, and then he comes out and he's like, wait. I was like, oh, is this the reveal? Is this where we find out if it's actually? Yeah. And then no, they didn't do that. I'm glad they didn't.
No,
I'm glad they kept the gag going, because then, you know, we got to see Paul Rudd do hilariously bad stunt work on the street. But I really appreciated and liked his little jump into the bin where he bombed. He bombed into the bin. I thought that was just so funny, the way he just went up and down.
Like he's jumping into a pool.
Yeah. That was absolutely fantastic.
I also found it hilarious that all the shots of the stunts is a stunt double, because he kept on covering his face every time.
Yeah. So, right. That's
So layers upon layers of those.
Layers upon layers. Yeah, and I liked the fact that he called his fist Bono and the Edge.
Yeah.
That was
proof that he's funny. Not a real Irishman. No one in Ireland likes you two.
No, this is true. But then I just like the fact that led to the joke of, like, I can't remember if it was Oliver or Charles that said it.
It was,
but
Charles.
You just threatened me with half of you too. Oh, it was gold. It was gold. I all of the Glenn Stubbins, all the Glenn Stubbins stuff, and then finding out what was in that back room and the fact that it's this chiropractor that Zaz was seeing because she was in a lot of pain apparently, and Charles felt terrible about it, and that was a little bit of an emotional thing. I love how we're seeing this side of Charles where he's just, I mean, obviously he's a sensitive guy and we've kind of known that the whole time, but we said it, I think we said it last time we talked about it, like the fact that Zaz has gone from a side, a comic relief character to like having some emotional weight in this show now. And then seeing it here with Charles doing, going in and talking to Dr. Maggie and learning what Zaz had sacrificed for him, which then leads him to do the funeral at the end, which was fan-fucking-tastic. Like, just Glenn using a real bottle instead of a fake one. Gold. It was great. I loved everything at the stuntman. That was probably the best parts of this episode. Apart from like the good stuff with Oliver, but I liked the stuntman. Like the comedy was exceptional. Fully, what did you think of all the stuntman bar stuff?
Yeah, no, look, as I was saying before, that the stuntman bar scenes were all really good, and they had me smiling for most part. The scene where we get Charles going to the back room to visit this chiropractor, and the whole idea that he mocks chiropractors as well. They're like, you're not real doctors.
He's not wrong.
No, it's true. Even though they do have doctorates, but yeah. Anyway, we won't go there.
Speaking of someone that actually goes to a chiropractor,
I used to go to a chiropractor.
I'm going to one this week.
Osteo. I know. Yeah, I see an osteo. But the whole thought of Charles just wanting to find out for himself all of the sacrifices that Zaz made for him, because in his dreams he's seeing Zaz all banged up and hurt, and every time, I think the last time we see him dream, or maybe he has that experience that the chiropractor says he might have when he gets his back cracked. You see Zaz just like arm in a sling, foot in a boot, gunshot wound, bandages all over and all that sort of stuff, and just looking really rough. And yeah, it was just, you could see that Charles just was having a hard time digesting it all. But we always came back to this one thing where it was Zaz would mention paradise, that they were going to paradise.
Yeah.
Which is where the rest of this episode will lead.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Mike, stuntman stuff?
Yeah. It got me thinking, was that real bottle intentional?
To knock him out?
Oh. I don't know.
Maybe someone swapped a bottle in to, actually hurt him.
Maybe.
Or it was a joke. You can't really tell with this. But, funny joke. It's a real bottle. Any other stunt coordinator would... Yeah. And it will be a big taboo thing. So, probably that's why a big fight ensued. But...
Yeah,
stereotypical, drunken Irish fight. I don't like the anti-Irish in this.
Like I have Irish ancestry as well, so I can understand.
I'm offended.
Oh no!
I'm not gonna do you wrong. It's just don't start your car up in the morning. Anyway. But then Charles had a dream.
Yeah. He went back a couple of times while he was at the stuntman. First with the chiropractor, and she's like, "You're gonna have an out of body experience when I do this to you."
Mm.
And then, yeah, when the bottle hits his head, and then he remembers what paradise is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was meant to be.
it was meant to be. But we'll put a pin in that for 1 second, just because I want to quickly touch on the Mabel thing with the apartment and how she gets Howard to watch the apartment, and that doesn't go so well because then Howard's like, "I'm gonna go audition to play myself." That was a very funny gag.
And he didn't get the part anyway.
And he didn't get the part anyway because Josh Gad is going to be playing him.
Which means
Funny. Which means we're going to get
We
to see
might
Josh
get a
Gad.
Josh Gad.
we're
Yeah.
going to get a Josh Gad cameo.
Yes, yes, definitely.
You don't
Yes.
set that up without a payoff.
Paying it off, exactly. But yes. Mabel's like, "Oh crap, you're not watching the apartment like I asked you to," and yeah, and then we get to see the Westies in there moving her bed around because apparently they're not very happy with the fact that she's moved in. But then she confronts them and everything, and we basically learn that, as far as we're aware, and I know this show has steered us wrong before. As far as we're aware, none of the Westies have actually killed Zaz, and they're not actually involved with it because it turns out the ham radios and everything, and all the stuff with Professor Dudenoff is all a part of their living arrangement. The fact that they get to they're part of an illegal subletting situation where they get to live in the Arconia for very, very, very cheap, and now Mabel is getting in on the scheme, which I found interesting. What did you think, Fulya, about all the Mabel and the Howard stuff?
It was interesting to find out that there's this secret compartment in the room that she had no idea about.
Mm-hmm.
Behind her bed, and but the thing that all they take out from that compartment was one file or something compared to everything else that's in there. So who's to say that maybe in the following episodes Mabel goes back in and has a look at what else is in there?
Then more stuff.
More documents.
More
More
stuff.
proof. More evidence. Yeah, that kind of thing. Like for now, I can sort of see where they're all coming from, and I feel like they're innocent. For now, in my opinion, it's not confirmed. We're still early into this season.
Yes, we've still got a few episodes left.
Yeah,
Nothing
still some
cemented
episodes
yet.
to go. No. So the fact that they have this arrangement with Professor Dudenoff, who's living it up in Portugal, that was hilarious to find out about that, because I was like, okay, that makes sense that would be the reason why they'd be staying there and why they're being so secretive and as if they're in a cult or something, in the way they mention that. Yeah, and I can see why Mabel, being down on her luck, she would want to take up this offer. So yeah, interesting. It was a good sort of interaction that they had when Mabel kind of confronted them in her in the apartment. So
yeah. I like the fact too that all the suspects that we've had are being knocked off like immediately. Like,
yeah, so far we're back to like square one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike, what are your thoughts on these parts of the episode?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember most of it. Yeah, I think this scene is just to say, okay, they've got culpable deniability because of the subletting and being weird. I mean, you make do of what you can do, and obviously Mabel finds it appealing. So instead of doing squatting, why don't you know, do something that's sort of okay? I mean, by the books, it's sort of okay, but it's better than squatting and getting a knock on the door by the police and saying, "Hey, get out of here!" It's like, no. Yeah, so scratch these suspects off the list.
Yeah.
Back to square one.
Back to square one on the murder board. All right.
More meat for us.
But, you know, we've gone from removing some suspects to possibly adding a suspect with the way this episode ends.
Cliffhanger.
Molly Shannon.
Molly freaking Shannon, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
knew it was her.
Bev Mellon.
Bev Mellon. Thank you.
Mellon.
I was looking up her name. Yes, Bev Mellon. At the end of the episode, they go to check out Zaz's. I love the name of her stunt camp. This is the Zaz Pataki Impact Academy. It's just a great name. It's a great name.
Very lyrical.
Which is located in Paradise, New Jersey. So they go there because, you know, Charles is like, something's telling me to go here. Something's telling me to come here. And yeah, they get there and Bev Mellon is inside with a gun and threatening them with it as well. On top of that, hello. What the actual F is going on here? I have no theories. I'm confused and intrigued and excited for where it's going. But it's probably just going to be a cliffhanger red herring situation. But I don't know. Find out. We'll find out. Fulya, what are your final thoughts here? What do you think of old Bev pointing the gun?
Yeah, that was a surprise to sort of see her there. Like, I already knew that, being that she was in the building doing auditions already meant that she was in town. So, but I'd like to know how she found out about this particular building.
Yeah, or yeah, that's very true.
My thing is, though, you hear the gun click.
Yeah,
like she's I don't know if it was a cock or if it was a actual trigger pull.
I think it was
no, she didn't. I don't think she's. Yeah, I think she's just getting the gun ready to fire.
Right. Okay.
Putting the bullet in the barrel into the
yeah,
whatever the word is.
Okay. Well,
guns.
Chamber.
Chamber. Thank you.
I'm going to say that it might be a red herring. I feel like she's probably going to turn and be like, as if I'd be threatening you guys. You know?
Yeah,
This
why would
isn't
I do that?
This isn't a gun. This is a lighter. Lights a cigarette.
It's a prop gun. Yeah. I'm not quite sure. I have a feeling like if this isn't a gag and it's an actual like threat, then she must know something. Like, why else would she be there?
Yeah.
You know?
Or something has happened.
Or someone's told her about this building and that's why she's there.
As a safe space.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or who's she working for?
Yeah, that could be another potential possibility.
Paramount.
Well, it's true.
Is Paramount the bad guy in this?
That's why it's not Disney. It's
it's a rival company.
A rival company. Amazing. All right. Yeah. Mike, do you have any additional thoughts on Bev Mellon?
Having a look at the wiki, because I found there's an only murders in the building wiki. Only murders in the wiki.
Only murders in the wiki.
And the next episode is called Adaptation. And there's a little short summary. The trio face off against a collection of individuals who deceive, manipulate, and threaten as second nature. A Hollywood cast and crew.
Funny.
So
okay, yeah. They're going to be doing some filming
Yeah, maybe they're filming
of the
there,
movie. Mm.
and they're scouting for locations. And she got scared, or maybe they're going to do a flashback episode because they tend to do them every so often, and we're going to follow Molly Shannon's Bev. What's her name?
Bev Mellon.
Yeah, Bev Mellon, and what she's been doing in LA since the team has been in New York. So maybe flashback, episode.
Maybe.
That they learn something and shit's going down and there's threats to the production because someone's trying to kill Charles and he or them don't want it going out, so maybe that. That's creative juices.
Yeah.
Bomb threat, and she needs to get out of LA and goes to the safe haven, and then she's got a gun and it's like, get away from me. Maybe it's someone who looks like Charles. Who is it? That looks like Charles, but it's not Charles.
Who could it be?
It's got Steve Martin and Steve Martin's the killer.
Steve Martin's the killer.
Steve Martin wants to stop it because IP infringement. Because Bravo's Charles looks like him and he's getting a movie. It's like, not in my watch. You're not getting a movie about you. I've got a documentary coming out soon. And I've got a book, an autobiography coming out. He's not going to steal my limelight. Yes. Steve Martin's the killer.
Steve Martin's the killer. Oh,
Yeah.
And he put a bomb threat on the production.
Yeah. It's all happening.
There it is.
Man, if they do some wild meta shit like that, it's going to be
I would.
bonkers.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, why not? You know, you're already going meta. May as well go. May as well smash the entire fourth wall at this point.
yeah, smash it good.
Smash it good.
Do.
All right. I don't have any other thoughts on these episodes. You guys, we're all
No,
good.
I think we're good.
Yeah,
We're good. We're done.
I'm done. I'm tired. Let's go.
Let's go home.
I am home.
Alrighty. Yeah. We're all home, I guess. So,
Our individual homes.
our individual homes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is our popcorn culture for this week. Our epic popcorn culture. Thank you for watching and listening to that. Our thoughts on Two for the Road and the Stuntman. We'll be back next week for more thoughts on Only Murders in the Building. Just one episode next time.
Yeah.
So it'll be a shorter segment. But until then, that's it. We got no more show. We've done the show. We've done the thing. Which means it's time to say goodbye. A 1, a 2, a 3.
And
that
was a
podcast
podcast called Fred.
Remember to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for the latest Fred content.
If you're looking for our sounds, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Google, which no longer exists.
If you'd like to watch Fred the Alien, you can head over to youtube.com/Fred the Alien Productions. And if you're watching us live right now, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to be notified of future goodness. And of course, if you're watching us live over on Twitch, make sure to give us a follow over there. Twitch.tv/Fred the Alien Twitch.
Yes, I've been a Kendall Richardson.
I've been a Fulya and Michael.
And I'm the guy who's been playing a Michael Lister.
And
You
just
just experienced a podcast called Fred.
Remember to eat beef.
Remember, Freddy lives, Loki dies, the Doctor is in, and the juice is loose.
Yeah,
I'm
boy.
Beetlejuice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember to look after yourself and your mental health, everyone.
Yes. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Laters, gators.
And see.